I'm Ro. Joe is out sick this week. I believe he's got an STD and he's got to get it cleared up. So hopefully he comes back and he can sit still.
Did he shoot first?
Yeah. So just a quick update on some of the giveaway stuff. We have a ton of shit, and yes, we are giving it away, and yes, we are slow on mailing it out, and yes, there will be more giveaway stuff. But we're just gonna get into some cool shit today, and just see what you guys are feeling like you want to talk about, because there's been a lot of Star Wars news. It's getting closer and closer and closer to the release of the next of the Last Jedi. And Star Wars fandom is blowing up with excitement right now. The Kessel Run.
The Kessel Run. Oh,
yes.
Dude, we got our first glimpse of maybe some Spice Mine stuff going on.
Exactly. So so there's been debate over time whether or not, and we just had a discussion here in the studio about it, whether or not Lucas was aware of the fact that parsec was a measure of distance, not time. So when you say it's the ship that made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, what the fuck does that mean?
Well, it's definitely not 14.
Right. Ray thought it was 14.
I thought it was 14. Maybe she had a vision of something different.
Right. So I think
time. Maybe that would have been Lucas's fault without defining that before they decided to go, hey.
Hey,
and there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. That's fine. Come stop in. Say hi.
We just finished up this video game stream with Kelly, and I think the worst at it, just for the record.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, we got it.
Look! Here we go. We can talk to you now.
So here's the thing. I think in the extended universe, and I'm not 100% positive because I did not read this particular book. I think there was a book out there that defined the Kessel Run as a series of maneuvers performed within a certain amount of distance. So I don't know if that's true or false, and whether that was actually something that Lucas had thought of. Do you know anything about it? Do you know which book I'm talking about?
Expanded universe, expanded. Wikipedia times 10.
Right.
Again, that's kind of like one of those debates on, hey, do you go who really shot Han Solo, or are we going to go into like going back and forth with being extended edition of hey, let me change my masterpiece 5 times over,
So what is a Kessel Run?
I mean, we know it's the run that Han Solo made in 12 parsecs.
Is it a race or is it a competition?
I think this could be something fun that the viewers could.
I mean, we all know the line. We all know the line, and I'd love to see what people would want to chime in on. So if you have read the Extended Universe's books that have defined anything about the Kessel Run in the past, I would love to hear it. It sounds like we're going to get the Kessel Run to some degree in the Han Solo movie, and that's not the only thing we're going to get in the Han Solo movie. And this is something that has me a little bit concerned, is that Darth Vader has been confirmed to make an appearance in the Han Solo movie. I don't see how that fits in.
I mean, that sounds cool though.
Yeah.
Like who doesn't love Darth Vader? Who's not going to be happy of the top number 1 villain of all time?
So, do we think that Han Solo has been underneath Vader's skin the whole time? Like, by the time we get to Empire Strikes Back and we're up there in Bespin and we have that little scene, did Darth Vader and Han Solo have a run-in in the past, you think?
I mean, maybe it might be the fact of him being, again, a run-in. We don't know. I mean, there's been probably books where they've run into beforehand, but really being said with this, maybe it might be the first point where he's like, okay, what would Han Solo even be like a glimpse in his whole eye of section? Let's look at this as a bigger span. Darth is running an empire basically underneath the Emperor at this point. Mm-hmm. From my understanding of where the setting of this is going to be, would Han Solo just be again in that little section of being a smuggler? Or is this being he's starting out to be a smuggler?
Right.
I mean, we don't even know if Chewbacca's even met him at this point, though.
Yeah, we don't know. We do know that we're going to see a cleaner version of the Millennium Falcon before it looks it gets all beat up. So apparently, it's Han Solo that beats up the Falcon over the years and makes it look like a
hunk of junk.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see what Ron Howard brings to the table on this one.
Which, it brings to a standpoint of last time we were talking about the Millennium Falcon looking, really cool and having the blue decals all over it. Again, him smashing it all up and being like, okay, well, Lando just basically calling it a hunk of junk, but it being a hunk of junk, that was probably his baby, man.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of dark culture they develop for the smugglers, because the smuggling culture in some of the books was like its own culture, like on the edge of space, in the darker regions of the universe. These guys kind of worked in between the rebels and the Empire. They would take a job as a job, a paying job as a paying job, whether they were working for the Empire or whether they were working for rebels or they were working for a group of miners on a moisture farm. Whatever they were doing, they were doing it for money. And I'm very curious to see if we get into the smuggling culture and who else we're going to meet in this. It's really an opportunity to meet a colorful cast. You're going to be hanging out in places like the Cantina, in these various cantinas across the universe.
Get some random blue milk going on. Now, with that factor of going with the Jabba the Hutt movie being greenlit, could it be something to where we get our first glimpse at the gangster style of it too?
I mean,
really more in depth of, hey, that's why I really enjoyed the Return of the Jedi, because it was very gangster feeling. And I mean, is this like the spawn of being, hey, we're going into the gangster films pretty quickly?
What's funny? It's like I love that opening scene in Jedi, and I love the Hutt stuff in Jedi. I really liked, and this is off subject a little bit, I love how gangster Princess Leia was when she was just willing to set off. She had the thermal detonator, and she was just willing to thermal. Just nuke that place, just suicide bomb that place for love. I mean, it's kind of like this. Maybe I'm romanticizing the whole scene, but it's one of my favorite moments in Star Wars where she's just like, you know what? I love him. He's frozen in carbonite. I will take you all out if I don't get to leave with him.
And done. That's
to me, that's gangster right there.
Yeah, and she already knew what she was doing when she was going in there.
Damn. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Amen.
Have you seen those Carrie Fisher documentaries that are on HBO this last couple of months?
I have not. Are they good?
Well, there's one. It's a stand-up that's really cool. It's called Wishful Drinking, and it's her telling her life story and alcoholism and just a bunch of funny stories. It's a one-woman show.
Speaking of her being alcoholic, my one time running into Carrie Fisher was.
Did you make out with her too?
Gosh, I wish. No, it's actually during Celebration. During Celebration 5, I was backstage with a handful of folks, of friends of mine that was doing an event for some of the shows, and Carrie was quite drunk and stumbling around in the back. She actually tripped over a cord in front of me, and I remember looking at my boss at the time, going, "Who's that?" And he goes, it was dark there, so you couldn't see. And he goes, "Oh, that's Carrie Fisher." And he goes, "Oh." The best part about it, we're going around the corner, and they were doing the John Stewart Lucas interview, and they were talking, and it was so funny because I was watching where it was at, and she goes on stage, probably just blitzed out of her mind, is my guess, because she left the next day and you didn't see her for the rest of the event. But she goes up to George and says, "So George, did you tell him about the porno with Jabba the Hutt and myself?" And she kicked her feet up in the thing. It was pretty funny. But going off of that,
there's some great documentaries.
I know maybe some of you remember that, but
there's two of them. One is called, I think, Bright Lights something, and that's the story of Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher and their relationship, and that came out right after she passed. And then Wishful Drinking was a monologue that she did about some of her funny life stories, and both were great. I mean, off topic, but if you guys get a chance, if you're hardcore Star Wars fans and you want to see some Carrie Fisher cool shit, it's on HBO now. You can probably find it elsewhere online.
That's something I'm going to jump into.
Yeah.
Now that with being said, she had some. I feel like both of them had some really good memorial sections that happened. Disney / Star Wars fans, I think were really good with.
Right.
It kind of breaks your heart for the fact of going both of them passing. Boom, boom, almost the same.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Can imagine.
Yeah. Anyways, digress. So we've talked about Ron Howard. We've kind of gone.
Yeah, but before we do that, And we just want to remind everybody to join the Star Wars Fanatics Facebook group, which is associated with the Star Wars Trilogy page here on Facebook. We're giving away a bunch of stuff. We're not going to. We've done a lot of talking about it. There's a contest that's going on this week, which we'll repost and give everybody a chance to win some cool shit. And there's a lot of stuff that we're giving away between now and the release of the next film. Speaking of the next film. And Ron Howard, you said you had something cool?
Oh, well, we were talking about Ron Howard did the picture of the Kessel Run. That's kind of what I was going back into.
Right.
But we've gone through Darth Vader, Han Solo standalone movie, which is super cool. Again, talking about Darth Vader. Disney paid a lot of money to get J.J. Abrams back away from Paramount.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so they had to buy him out.
Yeah. They were like, hey, it's flying out. That's if you guys can see that picture, that's really cool. Not like JJ wasn't running out of there, with his hands tied. Oh darn, they're gonna pay me money to do another. Granted, that's a huge project.
See, I would like to see someone. I mean, we have Kathleen Kennedy.
Yep.
But I would like to see somebody at the helm of the creative direction of Star Wars down the line, the way George Lucas was the guy, he was the Star Wars guy. And I kind of feel like JJ right now has the potential to be the Star Wars guy. Granted, yeah, sure, he was also a Star Trek guy, but whatever. He set the tone with his movie that brought the universe back to the forefront, and I just feel like he's got a really good grip on it, and it costs money, and the fact of the matter is that this is a money game, and it's a big money game, and sometimes you got to pay to play. But I'm glad that they got him back, and I'm really curious to see how the franchise shapes up in the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, just a little section on how much they paid him into it. We've got it on our page on #show. It says a one-time shot of less than 7 figures.
Ooh.
One-time shot, less than 7 figures. So again, Kathleen Kennedy making sure the money goes in the right way for it's a business long term. They didn't buy that product without having the interest of going, we want to make this thing last.
Yeah, speaking of making it last, what merchandise are you looking forward to?
Dude, I honestly, the things that are really kind of getting me now are the Sphero things. I mean, we've already kind of seen some of the really cool ones come out. The BB-8 one came out a little while ago. The R2 one just came out. That thing is really cool. The things that I'm really looking forward to are the idea of going, how realistic can we get some of these things in the film now? We have the technology now for augmented reality.
Yeah,
we have the things for that, and
it's more going to be
prevalent. Really cool. Going with the virtual reality sections of, can you play that person in an X-wing? We have that now. We can do that. What I'm looking forward to is a real lightsaber. I'm serious. How long has it been for being like, hey, why? We have technology to send a man to outer space, but you can't get a real lightsaber.
Well, here's something that's going to be really interesting is this Halloween. See, obviously we're in this geek culture. We go to cons and stuff, and cosplayers are one thing, but the level of costumes, just the regular store-bought costumes for kids on Halloween. I'm really curious to see what comes to my door this year.
Absolutely. They're getting more extravagant.
Yeah,
they're getting very more detailed. Not to mention the cost of some of them are going back up. But you used to be able to go and be like, oh, this kid's coming up with a cute little Darth Vader thing. It used to be just the little face front. It's the entire thing.
Yeah.
And you growing up, it was like for me, it was like, oh, I got my bed sheet, and you're running around with a stick or something, and we were cool with it.
That was fine.
That was fine with us at the time. Now you're going with these kids and they're going, no. I gotta have the one that goes in. You gotta be able to hook it to my belt. It's gotta be the right way. It's gotta be legit. And that goes with the cosplayers too, which is great because they're everybody's making their own stuff. And I, it's cool with all the new stuff coming out with even like the Porgs. Could we see a Porg Halloween costume this year?
And here's the interesting thing is now we have Star Wars. We really have female leads in Star Wars now. We have Rey. And we have Jyn Erso, big screen leads. I mean, Carrie Fisher was a prominent figure, but she wasn't.
She wasn't the main heroine.
Yeah,
the
she
entire
didn't
story.
bring in like a demographic of female viewers the way that the new Star Wars films have. Because I've seen these little girls buying the costumes because costume shops are popping up now. You're seeing stuff at the Disney stores. Little girls want to be like Rey. They want to be like Jyn Erso.
Yep.
It's a thing now. So it's across
which
the
is
board.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, even places like girls' clothing lines. We got her universe is like, I feel like it has blown up. Good job for Ashley Eckstein to make a product that can get little girls to, or girls in general. Everything from the Marvel thing to going to Star Wars.
It's always been a problem in the geek community, right?
Yeah.
Going to cons and stuff. There's like 90% dudes. And
10%. And 10%. Oh, there's one girl for every 10.
Every 10 guys, yeah.
But it's more or less popping up now to where it's not that way anymore.
Yeah, it's not that way anymore.
And which is cool because I remember like seeing some of the first girl clothing lines, and I go, man, I used to have that poster in my room when I was a kid, going. Did you change it just a little bit? So, but it's cool. I mean, let the girls play too. Why not?
So, what about you? You cosplay on occasion?
No. I'm a big fan of cosplayers. Let them do it.
You're not going to dress up for Halloween?
Oh, come on now! It's Halloween. Halloween's different.
Well, that's what I mean. Are you? Do you have something planned out?
Not at the moment in time. I'm gonna be. I know I'm gonna be DJing for most of it.
Oh, okay,
cool.
Yeah.
I'll be back in Orlando.
Very
sadly,
fun.
But
I thought that whole state was gone now.
Oh, with the wind?
Yeah,
it was gone with the wind.
So you guys
you got man.
Florida's still here.
No, dude,
okay.
because here's the case in point. It's because we're on Star Wars talking. Disney did not decide to rip out 16 acres at the back of their theme park to let it blow away in the wind. So, just saying, the force is strong with Mickey Mouse World.
Very cool.
But yeah. So, what about you? What are you doing?
I don't know. Everyone tells me I'd make a great Kylo or a great Kanan Jarrus because of the hair or whatever. But I'll probably just spend money dressing my kids up, and I probably won't do anything myself. But who knows? I might.
Well, by the time that you end up going with the ones they want with that kind of stuff, it's gonna be like, Boba shirt.
I got my Star Wars shirt.
Yeah, amen to that, man.
Enough of those.
Amen to that.
For sure. That's for sure.
No, but if I were to do Star Wars cosplay, I'd probably do something along the lines of one of my favorites is always the random stormtroopers that are through here. Obviously, I love the fact that we have like an option now to customize your own stormtrooper. Yeah. You literally can make your own variants of everything.
Yeah, our friends of the show, Tattoo Trooper and Hip Hop Trooper, those are great variants.
Yeah,
they're becoming
for real,
very prominent figures in the Star Wars community out there.
100%. I mean, going with the boom box and running around with the Adidas. Guys are awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So all these stories, by the way, that we're talking about, except for the costume stuff that we're just ranting and raving about, all these stories you can find at that#show.com. We all chip in there. Producer Junior does a lot of the writing. He's sitting behind the camera. You got questions for us, send them our way here on Facebook or there. Whatever's easiest for you. If you have some stuff that you want to write. Been seeing some great fan theory as of late. I love fan theory. Some people get frustrated by it.
It's fun to debate.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to debate.
I love it.
Because nobody knows about it now.
Yeah. I mean, how many times are we going to talk about fucking Snoke? But you know what?
But it doesn't matter because we'll talk about Snoke until December 15th. Or no, December 14th if you're really going with it.
There was so much fan theory going around about what was going to happen in The Force Awakens. And I got to the theater and I had no idea what to expect. People are saying you ruined the movie, blah, blah, blah. Didn't happen for me.
Yep.
I had no idea that Han Solo was going to die. I had no idea his name... spoiler alert.
Here's a theory for you before we start going. Have you ever thought of the theory that Han had pushed the lightsaber instead of Kylo?
Well, that's an ongoing fan theory there.
Yeah. You never see their hand.
They have that discussion. There's something I need to do. And Han,
let me help you.
Yeah.
I think that was Harrison Ford. Like, hey, can you do a cut screen to press the button?
That was like, I love you. I know.
Yeah.
Father and son. It's like, I love you. I know.
Yep.
Let's do this. This is where it's got to end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a real point of debate, and I'd love to see it expanded on.
Now, you were there opening day, obviously, to go watch it. How many people did you see cry in that theater when that happened?
I was so focused myself, I didn't even realize I was crying. But so I am sure.
100%. I'm not going to lie, because you kind of felt like there was an eerie moment for seeing that, and I'm kind of getting jitters right now thinking about it because it's the first time I saw it. And I remember looking over at a buddy of mine that I was sitting next to, and I almost jumped out of the chair.
Yeah.
And there's a couple times in life where you go, if you know that and you've seen it for so long, like, you killed off one of my favorite characters in life. It's
the
like
third or fourth time I had seen it in the theater. I was with producer Junior and with a girl I was seeing, and she started crying. I could hear her crying, and it had been the third or fourth time already that I'd seen it, and it triggered me, and I was like, oh damn it.
And you go back and watch that film, and it's like, I gotta skip past this part. Like for that first week that movie came out, I felt like, people spoil stuff. That was like one thing that, like, if you were to tell somebody that day or the 2 days beforehand, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody were to get shot.
Didn't somebody die?
Yeah.
So some guy ran out of the theater saying Han Solo dies, and everybody in line
beat him up.
And
you have Star Wars fans who are waiting weeks in advance, and now we have 7 come out, and you come out like I get it. Somebody jokes and says something, but that guy was like being real serious.
You know what? From the Star Wars universe, I mean, man, how could you not see that coming?
I have to tell you a fun story. So going off of this is we're talking about this.
Dark.
So getting off on a dark subject or something like that. When Episode 1 came out, there was so much hype about that. I recall about that. I mean, this was a movie that we had. So long that we had a Star Wars film, and at the time, I remember going, "Oh my gosh, there's posters going in." Taco Bell had posters. There's so much hype about stuff going on, and I grew up in nowhere, Michigan, where basically we've got one theater and four cinemas. So let me put. So then you have an aspect of how small this is.
Okay.
The outer section of this theater was wrapped around the corner of everybody going to see this film. There's glass on the outside. It's probably good 2-3 inch thick.
Okay.
That first night, there were so many people trying to get in. A guy got pushed through the glass to try to get in there.
Oh my God.
So growing up and going, oh my gosh, Star Wars fandom moment. The guy getting beat up to saying Han Solo and remembering it almost, middle of
Granted,
nowhere.
he didn't deserve to die, but
no,
dude,
you don't deserve to die off of anything like that. But be smart about
better.
it. Be smart about it.
You could have at least expected a few broken bones.
I mean, that's like David Prowse telling everybody that he's Luke's brother or whatever it was back in the day. Like, hey, I'm going to leak this footage over here. Well, hey, bud, you knew what happened to you.
Hilarious. Man.
But that's crazy because it's as we went back to last week of saying things about Empire being like possible like this one. It's going to be dark or New Hope was kind of a lot like 7 in the same aspect. This is. I think it's going to be a crazy dark film.
I think it's going to be. I think that's the general consensus out there. I don't think that the powers that be are denying that.
No.
They've said that these Star Wars movies were giving these directors creative control, but they're also saying there has to be a beat. There's a Star Wars rhythm and feel that they have to stick to.
Now, being the Star Wars rhythm and beat to that, they just bought J.J. Abrams for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Does that mean the rhythm didn't happen?
No, I think that was like, Kathleen Kennedy saying, let's put this franchise back on track because they've had a couple of directors that they've fired already now. Three now? Three directors that they fired. So I think that's Kathleen Kennedy making a decision to say, let's get this franchise back on track and set the tone and tell the stories we need to tell the way they need to be told because we can't get too crazy just yet.
Right.
We can't go, we just got Star Wars back. Let's not ruin it yet.
Right. No, you said yeah.
Well, look, they're going to make a Star Wars movie every year from here on out.
Not just necessarily movie.
Some of them are going to be duds.
Let's just go off of this.
Okay.
Disney just bought live streaming.
Yeah, there you go.
They're going to have their own live streaming section.
There's going to be shows. There's going to be made for TV movies. Hopefully, another Christmas special.
Ooh, bring it on, Hallmark! Bring it on! I can't wait for the Hallmark Star Wars.
It's not all going to be good. It's not going to be good.
As long as they put subtitles under the Wookiees this time.
As long as we can get a clean version of the original Star Wars Holiday Special, I'm good. Release whatever you want.
Yeah, because the only one you can get is like on YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's not a good copy, but I post it every fucking year.
my whole favorite spot on that was the random dances for the good, I have a few favorite spots in there. I mean, the fact. All right, let's a question. Okay. Hey, so if you're out there watching right now, and you can mark down some of the stuff on the YouTube page or on the Facebook, what was your favorite spot of Life Day? Like, tell us your favorite spot of Life Day. That's what I want to know. One of my favorites is the stir whip. Whip, whip, stir. Stir whip. Like, what is that? What is that? Come on.
So bad.
Yeah.
I love that the first 5 minutes of the movie is in Wookiee and there's no subtitles. I love that. I love that every time Harrison Ford is on screen, he
doesn't care. He does not
just
care.
Calling it in.
Yep.
He's like, you got 5 minutes of my time. Let's knock this out.
And Mark Hamill looked like he had his entire
it's like they
caked the makeup. They were like, here's makeup.
They strapped him in. They covered him up and just said, "Go,
go."
Yeah, some morphine. Just go.
Yeah, he's like, it was like, I can't feel my face.
I love the original animated appearance of Boba Fett,
that was cool.
And his magic talisman,
and he was friendly. He was very, very, very friendly. He's like, hey guys, random. Are you guys stuck? Let me pull you out. I'll get you out of this mess.
Carrie Fisher singing the song. I mean, everything about it. It was just.
Who's the main singer of the Cantina?
Magic.
Do you remember the singer of the Cantina? Who sang that song of the Cantina? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. B. Arthur?
I think it was B. Arthur.
Yeah,
yes.
B. Arthur. Right.
Get a golden girl in the cantina? What more do you want?
Oh, terrible.
Awesome.
It's terrible and great.
Do we have any responses online of things we talk about?
Actually, a great comment from Joey Hoover. He wants to know who Han Solo is. Very funny, Joey. The Jedi Council is watching. Have you guys seen Star Wars Destroyer? Do you know what
Star Wars Destroyer?
Yeah. Do you know what that is being referred to? Is that a collectible?
Star Wars Destroyer? Gosh, I don't know. Anybody out there?
That was from Aria.
Aria.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And Victor says, "What's up?" But I'm sure there's more comments.
We've got on the YouTube channel. We've got. Let me see. Grim Friend Slayer. Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live.
We're live.
We are live every Sunday.
Every Sunday here.
Yep.
I will not be here next Sunday, but I believe you will be here. You and Joe will be here next Sunday.
Yep.
And just to keep you guys remind you guys, go into the Star Wars Fanatics Facebook group, which is affiliated with this Star Wars trilogy page. We're doing giveaways from here until the movie comes out. We've been talking about it a lot, so we're not going to talk about it too much here. Just there's a question that we asked, and we'll repeat the question for this, and we'll repost the contest rules in the Star Wars Fanatics group. Would you like to give them the question one more time from last week?
Oh, from last week. The Boba Fett question from last week is in chronological order. What are the names of the actors who played Boba Fett?
Okay.
Stunt actors, voice actors, in
chronological
order.
Okay. So put that in a comment, and we'll give you the post. We'll repost it. It'll be pinned to the top of the Star Wars Fanatics group, and you reply with your answer, and we will pick winners from there.
Yep.
So
that's how you get free stuff.
That's how you get free stuff. It's our way of saying thank you because you guys keep our pages active and relevant. You guys are constantly sending us great stuff, sharing great fan theories, posting, liking, and the pages just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And we're just really here to describe and stuff that we have to share to you guys. And you know, we love Star Wars, so that's really why we're here for. We know you're watching, and we love to hear what you guys are, because it's interactive. We love the interactiveness of it.
We love this shit, man, and I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys are having a good time. Send us your questions for next week. I won't be here, but Rob and Joe will be here.
We'll make sure you get it.
Holding down the fort. Thank you again for everybody who watches this show. We keep getting more and more views every week, and we will have more and more giveaways for you to say thank you. So for Joe, who is not here, and for Rob and myself.
Yeah. He's in the Star Wars Jedi realm.
He's off being a Force ghost somewhere.
Yes, he's a Force ghost.
We'd like to
maybe he's with Obi-Wan. He's with Obi-Wan. Maybe spoilers.
Hopefully we get some more Obi-Wan news coming up.
Yeah, that's what we were.
And we're supposed to get the trailer. Junior, when were we getting the trailer on Monday Night Football? Was that
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
So when I come back, we're going to be able to talk about that trailer.
Gosh. If it oof.
It's gonna be good. It's ramping up, kids.
That's
gonna
be the most watched thing.
Oh yeah.
Like that week. That's like putting a commercial on the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And stay tuned to that hashtag show to see it. That hashtagshow.com or right here on the Star Wars Trilogy's Facebook page, Star Wars Fanatics Facebook group. All right.
May the Force be with you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.